So, good morning, everyone, or afternoon, or whatever time it is you're watching this, for those of you who are. Today is a slight departure from our normal get up and go time. It's because the gym only opened up about a half hour ago, and this is a long weekend, so everything's kind of on a different schedule than it usually would be. A box of Timbits on the road today. I feel like there's always something right here on this stretch. Yesterday or the other day it was slippers. Today it's Timbits. And then where was it? Or somewhere else. It was jeans the other day. Anyways, today is our pull day. It's going to be back and bicep focus with forearm curls. Can't forget about those we added. Yesterday was pretty much committed to some housework and stuff I had mentioned in yesterday's video. Is everything okay? It looks alright. So we did the routine in the morning. I went and did some hockey with Cora, my second oldest, and then they wanted to spend some time with their grandmother, so they went and visited her, and we did housework. I wouldn't really call it renovations, but it was kind of like a redo of our kids' room. Anyways, so today's workout, lat pull down focused to start things off. Probably on the cable machine, and then we're going to continue with some rows. I'm probably going to do the row machine. There's a nice one that we have is like isolated. It's plate load, not plate loaded, I keep saying that, but it's selector, like multi-select, and it's nice for independent or isolateral row movements, I find. So it'll be between that one or the bent over dumbbells on a bench, but I find the machine kind of just is nice because you don't have to worry about anything else. You can just sit there and kind of crank through some sets. So that's what I'll probably go with today. Maybe some T-bar rows, depending on how far I get through and how much time I've eaten up. Did I bring my phone today? Yes. So I got both of those, lat pull downs, row machine, maybe some cable rows. I'm not sure. I haven't really see what's being used. I find the middle stack where the lat pull down and the row cable machine is kind of a hot spot for people to hang out. Oh, this is a big brown dog. So we'll see what's being used. A lot of options though. And then we got to finish up with our biceps. I think today is going to be a good old-fashioned like preacher curls. The gym is packed this morning. Holy man. Preacher curls, probably independent dumbbells. And I'll likely finish off with cable curls just so I can kind of work them into my forearm curls. But other than that, I don't really have much else as far as things to add for this morning, other than today is the day that we're doing our Thanksgiving dinner, so probably going to hold off on most of my caloric intake until this evening. I'm going to avoid the sweets, but probably eat a little extra turkey. And obviously we're going to do our cardio this morning too. Not doing much until that's done. So cardio, the workout I just mentioned, and then mentally prepare myself for a large amount of turkey later on. If there's any, well, I'll talk to you when we get done with the workout anyways, but I can't remember if there's something I was going to talk about today. I don't think so. I think we'll just leave it at that for now, and then we'll come back and see what I think of in the gym, and we'll chat afterwards. I'm still trying to work out. I've been editing these videos, and I'm still not too sure. I need to pay attention to where audio quality is the best out of. I know I had it once on my necklace, and that was the worst thing ever. It was just rattling everywhere, so I won't be doing that again. I've finally broken the habit of putting it on my left kind of lapel area, because that's where my seatbelt rubs against, and I know that was also causing issues. So I'm trying to decide between collar. I know a lot of people put on the hat, but it seems like the stereotypical gym thing to do. I just realized my camera's about to fall off the window here. Don't want that to happen. But I mean, if the audio quality is really that much better up there, then we'll do what you gotta do. Workout today was really good. It was not rushed, which was nice. Cardio, I got a great score on Suica today, which is fantastic. Sorry if it looks like I'm just awkwardly staring into the lens. Just wanted to make sure the exposure's all right. So we did probably about 35 minutes of cardio. As far as the exercises today, I went with a wide grip, kind of like a neutral grip, so palms facing in. Lat pull down on the cable, over the overhead cable. And then we did some close grip, kind of pulling down towards the abdominal region for kind of like the lower lats. I find that's kind of one thing. Every time I do a back workout day, I feel it a lot in my shoulders, but I haven't really been feeling a lot in my lower lats or my kind of medial lat areas. So I'm trying to do some exercises that are focusing on those areas. So pulling the bar down closer to your abdomen. I just saw some reels on Instagram, and it seems to, I feel it in my lower back now, so went with some of those. What did we do after that? I went to the MTS, so that's the row machine I was mentioning in the video before we came to the gym. It's independent, so it's isolateral, so you don't use both arms at the same time, but they're each attached to their independent weights. So I found that kind of helps me focus more on, each independent arm when I'm pulling. So we did those, and then pullovers. That was the last thing as far as back goes. And again, actually I think I did pullovers before the rows. I can't remember now. Either way, row is a big thing I've been focusing on, since we don't have a dedicated the pullover machine, sorry. Since we do not have a dedicated pullover machine, I focus a lot on locking the elbows into kind of like a, 20-degree kind of angle. And then that way, I know I'm not using my biceps, and I'm not turning it into like an overhead row if I'm bending my elbows. So I find by locking my elbows at about that 30 degrees and kind of focusing on the actual rotation around the shoulder area, it helps me lock in more into that lat workout and lower back kind of pullover motion. And that's been working really good with just an easy bar, like a bar. It's like a straight bar, but it has that little swiggle in it, just to keep the hands kind of in a neutral position during the motion. Finished those up, and then we did some dumbbell bicep curls. Those felt pretty good today. Followed up with some cable curls, which also felt really good today. I didn't do the preacher curls. My left shoulder's still a bit sore. I don't know what I did to it. I think it was from maybe benching, and I just thought the extra tension on extending it over the preacher rack might hurt it some more if I hyperextend my biceps. So I figured I'd give it another 2 days to rest up, and we'll see how it's doing on the upper body day in a couple days there. And then to finish everything off, I did some forearm curls, as I mentioned. I have to stop by the grocery store because I'm making a salad to bring up for dinner today, and I forgot to get the sweetener I need for the salad dressing. So we'll be using my additions to the meal will be low calorie, definitely not going to be the rule for everyone's contributions, but I think between that and some strategic selections at dinner time, we should be all right as far as our caloric damage for this day. I'm probably, like I said earlier, I'm going to hold off on the rest of my meals until we get closer to dinner time. I'm not really planning on going overboard, but I don't want to. I also don't want to, make kind of like a holiday meal all about me and my diet stuff. So we'll struggle through that when we get to it. Anyways, I'm going to pop in here and I'll be back in a moment. So the grocery store is also bumping right now too. I guess everyone's doing the same thing I was, getting their last minute things for Thanksgiving dinner. So yeah, we're gonna try and be pretty strategic with the food intake today, but I said we're not gonna ruin the occasion for everyone else. What else was I gonna talk about? Oh, I was kind of laughing because I was thinking to myself in the gym today. I was doing the forearm curls with a D handle. Oh, hold on. Hello? Sorry. So yeah, I was doing the forearm curls on the D handle machine, and I just was thinking about how silly some exercises must look like. Standing there and you're just you're doing this, right? I feel like it's one of those like K-pop dances or something you'd see on TikTok or Instagram. Anyways, it's just funny when you compare it to like, movements like bench pressing or curls and all these kind of very like, I don't want to call them macho, but they're very, I don't know. Just the motion of this feels kind of funny compared to the other ones, I guess is all I could say. So, what else? I was kind of brainstorming at the gym today about things I can do to make these videos somewhat more interesting. And I was thinking what I might try and do is kind of frame the channel or the series or the playlist, I don't know what you want to call it, into like different classes. Like obviously the ones where I go to the gym be like phys ed, like be like medic to med school phys ed class kind of thing. But I also wanted to have, some videos where I talk about like my strategies and stuff that I used for, not only just my application, but things that I've done, whether it be like volunteer work or, actual work is in like a professional capacity or things like that I've tried to be strategic with, things that I sign up for and projects that I work on. Just because I think if you're looking at applying to med school, it really has to be like you look at it more of like a marathon instead of a sprint, right? I mean, there definitely are people that have their sights set on stuff like that early on in life, so they are planning for it, when they are 15, 16, 17, doing volunteer work, signing up for certain courses, doing extracurriculars that kind of align with that plan. Me, not so much. It was a little bit of a, I don't want to say soul searching, but it definitely was more of a, not a straight line path for me. So there was for sure some strategy involved with my most recent I don't know what you want. Like, I only have a certain amount of time, so I had to commit it to things that I thought was going to be the most beneficial while using the most effective amount of my time. So is it going to work? Yet to be seen. But I think, at least, where is this person driving? Like, what lane are you in? I think at least voicing it out or talking about it, if somebody else is kind of in the same, position, then it might be something they can use to at least think about. Or even if you're not in the same position, I think it's still kind of interesting to hear how other people are strategizing their med school applications, because that's how it is, really. You're competing against, thousands of other people for a program that's running with 80 to 100 seats. So it's all about selling yourself and saying, what have you done differently than the other 1,999 applicants that makes us think that you should be the one in one of these seats. So that would be like one of the classes. The physical education stuff would be like the gym talk stuff. And then I was thinking about doing some paramedic-y kind of things. It would be probably like YouTube shorts, I'm thinking. And it's just, there's some things that, like when I teach at the school, there's not a lot of questions, but there are questions that come up about, like, how should I train for, or what workout should I focus on when I'm in school? So it might be people that, are taking the paramedic program and they've never done physical education, but they haven't done like a gym routine ever before. Or they haven't, ever had to go to the gym for, workout routines, or they haven't looked at workout plans. Because most paramedic programs have a physical component. Like they call it, like, stair chair lifting, stretcher lifting, backboards, stuff like that, right? And I think it is kind of a thing. Like when you search it, there's not a whole lot as far as like content on it, and they're usually like long form, like very education, like very, I don't know what the word would be for that. It's very like didactic, I guess you could say. So I thought it'd be kind of a fun way of tying in like the gym stuff into stuff that I already know and am comfortable with. So that could be something that I would do, be like a, workouts for paramedicine, and it'd be like stair chair lifting, and you'd focus on, bicep curls to, be able to hold your stair chair in the proper position, and lower back so you can stand up straight properly with it, and then obviously your legs so you can walk. But anyways, just got back home, gotta get some salad made for dinner and head on up. So I'm thinking I'm gonna cap this video off here because I'm not gonna record anything while we're having dinner. And yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. There's no gym tomorrow, so I'm not sure what I'm going to record. I might record myself sweating my butt off on the bike out in the garage, but that won't be really interesting for anyone to watch, so we'll see what happens. But if you've made it this far through the video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.